Oh, okay, okay. Wow, you said a lot, King. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all haven't, do your research on John Jackson, George Jackson. They was some dedicated brothers. I think George Jackson, he got a couple books, Blood in My Eyes, Solid Dad Brother. They got some documentaries on them. Check them out. I think they got a movie, was it Black August or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
And
It's a movie.
oh,
It's a buyout movie. Black August, a buyout movie about his life. Called George.
mhm.
Called Black August, a buyout about his life.
Right, right. Shout out to Marcus Garvey. Garvey birthday today. So it's a lot of stuff that's going on in the month of
Right.
August in relation to Black history and whatnot. And definitely check out George Jackson Radio for sure. You know what I'm saying? So you can get a better understanding of the struggles of Black people through and through. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely an interesting and enlightening show. Okay, let me see. I want to ask you this question I ask most of my guests is how do you feel about being a black man in American society today?
Well, I don't necessarily refer to myself as a black man. I refer to myself my national identity as a new African, and I'm a new
Okay.
African due to the fact that I'm not one of the original African people. Our people have been brought to America and shackled and chained and shackled and chained as human shackled of property, as political prisoners through political slavery, as a political means to build this system what we call Americanism right now, or what Dr. Malcolm X said, dollarism, which is the empire itself. So our people have historically been mixed with different genetics, ranging from Native American, from European, and so forth and so on. And we are no longer the Wolof, the Shanti, the Ashanti, the Mandingo, the Zulu, or the Mandi. We not only people, we are new people, a new African people, so we're new African people. We're a new African nation that were built and manufactured in what we call the South known as America. And what I look at being a new African in America, the empire is that right now, it's a continuation of things that have been taking place in regard to the 30s, the 60s, the 40s, whatever type you look at it. It's a continuation of things. But now, right now, it's more technology savvy, and we suffering more things. We suffering more. The thing we're suffering the most from is the misinformation and mispropaganda that been utilized on these very social media sites, on these very internet sites, and the very, you know what I'm saying, telecommunication publication, be it TV, be it music, um, be it magazines, be it literature, education, and that's what we praise the most. That they keeping us dumbing us down, keeping away from our true history. That's our greater war. We find a propaganda war. That's why right now your show, what you're doing right now, your show, and it's broadcast, is very interesting, very beneficial, so people can get a better idea and get a starter point at least of how to pursue things from a different perspective instead of being deceived by what's popular, so to speak, or what they see on social media, like all these stupid challenges, like a water breaking shampoo and water on yourself, and all these damn trying to other things that had no benefit, except some people ain't go out to discern something fun. And all the people come on your page trolling and causing trouble and calamity due to the fact that they don't happen with themselves. So that's one of the things that we facing the most. You know what I'm saying? The propagation had led us to a standpoint of being unaware, unaffected in a lot of areas, be it food, clothing, shelter, be it self-defense, self-determination, be it politics, being in the aspect of community or community guard. But it's not to say that social media doesn't have their benefit, and it does. But we know the majority of the people majority of people are stuck in a egotistical man standpoint that they want to have something to, they want people to believe in them. They want the people to believe and they want people to accept them. A lot of people search for celebrityship in regards to the social media aspect and platform, right? But on another note, we still right now we going through a lot of aspects in regard to biological warfare. So the people turn to COVID-19, which is really a manifestation, what we've been seeing in regards to colds, pneumonia, hepatitis, and other that. Those are coronavirus as well themselves. When you do the research, you'll find that coronavirus is a species. It's a species, a scientific classification of things. So this biological warfare has been taking place within our community. And we know that a lot of times we look at things, the new African people, uh, we basically cannot be distinct because we have survived anything that the president put toward a mass incarceration, from AIDS, from going to the military, from the education system, from the injustice law system, from gangs, from prostitution, you know what I'm saying, from murders, from police brutality. We don't survive all. We still here, right? But we also understand that a lot of areas that we exist in on this planet Earth, you know what I'm saying, it's a great population. And but the thing full of technology, when technology gets come about, it means that if you're trying to build building complex and the buildings and other empires, you got to destroy the natural habitats in order to build on them. So once you destroy the habitat, then you're destroying our life force, which is the trees, the plants, the animals, which are life force, which supplies the aspect to be able to live and exist on, including the aspect of water. You polluting the water, you polluting the air with fog and other things that's showing our lifespan, as well as on all the genetic foods, generic food that are being produced. Like even people like Bill Gates want to control the food. They don't control our food. No, they want to eat artificial food, something that's not natural. They want to eat artificial plants and fruits and vegetables that have no seasons, so you cannot even plant these things over again because they don't have no seasons. They're artificial. And all they alter our DNA, alter our mind state, alter our way of being, and it's showing our lifespan. So now a lot of people are geared to a more natural living, geared to a more of a holistic health approach to avoid certain things. So it's just a lot of things that we're facing right now. What I'm saying, in general. But I say the main one is the propagation. The propagation that we're facing, that the attacks on all levels. What I'm saying, from the images that we see on TV, from the images we see in video, from the images we see on social media, from the images we see in magazines and books and publications. The propagation is the one that keeping them messed up, right? It's messing up real bad. And propagation is one of the greatest tools of war. That one of the first thing they established in war is a propagation unit. So you go through a establish propagation unit. So when you come back with the recruitment, people are already been acclimated with what's going on. So now you establish a structure because you're propagated already. And the propagation tool been a tool of use for a long time against us, especially our history. History's always been a weapon. They've been a weapon to educate us. They've been helping to keep us enslaved mentally and keep us cultivated because for not knowing the particular history in general. So
Okay.
it's just so much I can say about that, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. That the propaganda is the biggest tool that keep us down, man. To keep us messed up real bad, man. And it's something we gotta alleviate. Every opportunity we get, like right now, we gotta control the narrative. We gotta put the narrative and the idea and the concept that we are African, we are new African. You know what I'm saying? We're people of African descent. We are people that ascribe to self-determination. We strive for independence. We got to keep in those particular scopes no matter what we do. To show the people a different narrative. And also offer them different solutions to their common problem, the common ears in their own environment, own community, and their own family. So they can know that if other people face dealing with the same thing they're dealing with and they come with a solution, becoming a solutionary to your own problem. Being a solutionary, right, it coincides being a revolutionary. A revolutionary, a social sign that engages in solutions for the common ills and common